Greetings everybody, it's me Knight, and just want to bring up a quick story time, but slash my experiences just being um, very empathic and just sensitive. Y'all might relate with this, y'all might have signs of this, and a little bit of this is also gonna be like intuition, discernment, and our spirit guys I'm bringing here. I'm gonna tell some stories, and I'm only bringing this up because um I'm always a person that reflects and do things of that nature. And this is before I even went through any spiritual awakening, anything like that. It's just in general, I'm a person. I like to really look back at certain things that I've done, whether good or bad, and try to assess myself. I'm not perfect, but I know it's in life, like, I knew I was sensitive and very empathic to like with people's feelings and stuff and just my own, but I didn't realize how intense it is and how serious it is, like with me, like meaning like since growing up, either I'm talking getting chills right now. Since the age of 3, every once in a while, even now, I hear spirits talking to me, and I had like that situations. Y'all might have heard me tell this before, where I was 3 years old. I was in Germany, walking up the stairs, and my dad tells me to tie my shoe. I reached down for my shoe, but a woman in my head told me, "No, don't do it," and I did it anyway because my dad. And as soon as I did that, I was about to flip. As soon as I was about to flip, Spirit said, "Put your hand over here," and I grabbed my head and I just started flipping and flipping and flipping and flipping. 2 flights of stairs, hard at floors. And luckily I ain't break no bones, but I bust my lip. So I'm only bringing this up, it's like I'm very sensitive to spirits, things of nature. I had a life situation, my eyes, my hearing, all that got lost, my taste buds, no sensations, I couldn't move when I was 19. It's a lot of things, right? So I'm just bringing these things up where if it wasn't me going through life death situations and then hearing spirits, but also in general with people, when I'm dating women, having friendships, anything like that, or just being at work with coworkers, I'm very sensitive to their energy. It's really bad, like to a point where no matter how much I pray, and just for anybody who might be religious, it doesn't matter whether when I was a Christian or now, just being spiritual without religion, I'm just sensitive. And so, like, I can be in a room with somebody, and if they got too much anxiety, my nerves start feeling weird. Like, meaning, like, you're not gonna see me doing all this crazy shit, but internally, I start feeling like a clench in my stomach. It's like, you know how your stomach get hungry and you feel like that, but it's like a pain. It feels like somebody took a knife and just started cutting me in my stomach, right? Because there's times I dated women, they just be stressed. Maybe they nervous about the date they were on with me, or they don't know if I'm a good guy, and all of a sudden I feel all this shit in my body. And a lot of times I try to try to not think about what I'm feeling from when I'm on a date, or even if I have a girlfriend and whatnot, but it's hard, because like recently I was into that where I was talking to her for 8 months, but she came out of a really bad relationship. She was open to tell me about, but it was just intense. I knew she was healing, but it was overwhelming my body. And I separated literally off of that. I couldn't take it because it was so bad that one time I got in the car and I was driving, and her thoughts came in my head, and all of a sudden my body, I had to clench like this, and I couldn't drive. I had to pull over my car. And what makes it even worse, I'm a person that was already born naturally with stress and anxiety already, because my mom, she was technically abused by my dad, technically. So when my mom was pregnant with me, my dad cheated and he put a lot of stress on her. By the time I was born, the doctors told my mom that there's no liquid in this womb. Really, it was really dry. It was no wet. They were just surprised I even came out how it came out, and you could tell when they saw the sac and everything that my mom dealt with a lot of stress. And then I was shy, just like my mom. Took a lot of my mom's traits. I was shy. I was timid. So was my sister. I've also been SA'd before. My sister was SA'd. I got SA'd when I was 19. My roommate drugged me. He was 25 years old, right? So I really never trusted men, and I'm a straight male, but I didn't trust men, right? Just in general, and not because of the SA, just in general. I didn't trust my own culture. I didn't trust people, and I'm mixed, but I don't trust nobody. Men, women, none of that. They all backstab me. And so with all those memories and me being so sensitive, it sucks. And then feeling their spiritual attachments, because sometimes spirits reveal themselves, sometimes they don't. And then sometimes I hear thoughts. Like I remember I was on a date with this girl, and I heard her thoughts being all worried, and it was driving me crazy. Like I could literally hear her words, and I can't control it. See, when I hear people's thoughts, I can't control it. It's not every day. It's like every blue moon. Even if you're my best friend, like when I was in the military and I was transferring, I was about to go to a new duty station and move, and I was saying goodbye to everybody. And I went on to smoke that because my friend, he was smoking a cigarette now, and I don't smoke. I went out there and I'm talking to my other friends, and all of a sudden I heard in my head his voice say, "I'ma miss you, D," because my nickname was D. They're like, "I'ma miss you, D." And I'm like, where is this coming from? I'm getting chills. And I walked over there and I said, "Hey, bro, like, I ain't trying to creep you out." Now, mind you, it was like 9 o'clock at night. I was like, "Did you just tell me you gonna miss me?" He was like, and he had the sticker on his lip, like scared, and I ran. I didn't know what the hell to do. I was like, what the fuck? Then my other friend, female friend, she was cooking. She was a chef. She was cooking. And she was an Asian girl. And she's like, "I'm tired of cooking this fucking rice. This motherfucking rice. They always fucking make me cook rice." And I can feel because, no offense, because she's Asian, they kept doing this shit. And I'm like, damn. So I'm hearing her thoughts now. Mind you, I wasn't even inside the kitchen where she was at. I'm in the I'm in the cafeteria area, far away from her. But because we had such a bond, I heard her. Then I realized I can't tell people all these things because I told one Marine that sometimes I hear stuff, and then he tells me, yeah, me and my mom, we even though we're religious, we're Catholic, me and my mom practice throwing each other's voices in each other's head. I'm like, what? I had no idea. This one mixed guy I was cool with. Next thing I know, I'm walking in the cafeteria, and he's like, hey D, what's up? And I can hear him in my head, and he's like far away. And I got mad. I ran up to him and said, man, don't do this. So I'm bringing all these stories that become extremely sensitive, whether people do stuff like that, energies, spirits, and if people don't do shit to me or try to take my life or rob me, there's times people try to block me, rob me, set me up. People left me, block me, give me their number, give me a fake number because they just think I'm some other, like another guy that's out here in the streets being hoish, and I'm not. They take me for granted. And so again, I had to forgive them and forgive myself. And then sometimes too much people pleasing because they've been hurt. I'm taking on that because when they don't know, when I was growing up, my mom told me all her painful stories, what happened with her and her dad, and also all the painful stories that happened with my real father. And so it's like I naturally just grew up like I don't want to hurt a woman. I try not to. And also my sister got SA'd and she got pregnant, so I have a niece that doesn't even know who her dad is. Right, so all these stories. So when a woman meets me, no matter if like I seem like a playboy, whatever the hell they think I am, or I got these tattoos, it's besides the point. They don't really know what the fuck I went through. So it's very disturbing. And then I notice I draw men and women, friends and all that, or dating, whatever, that they draw to me who've been through trauma and shit, where they about to take their lives and stuff, and it's just a lot, you know what I'm saying? And if it's not that, the spiritual attacks, people hating, sending me motherfucking spells and shit and casting shit, and then don't even know me from a can of paint. Then when my dad bought a house a while ago, I went to go visit him, it was fucking haunted. The house shook, ghosts are bothering me. Every day ghosts are bothering me, good and bad. 2 years ago, a spirit came off my wall and it choked me. I woke up, started ran at it, because I'm so desensitized to spirits, I don't walk in fear. I sage and stuff like that, but I talk shit. I'm like, man, you get the hell out of my house. Like, I just talk, because I have that will in my power line. Not that I'm God, but like, you're moving. So again, because I gotta be desensitized. There's no place for fear. Doesn't mean I never had fear, but there's no place. And so I'm bringing all these stories up because being so sensitive, a lot of this shit triggered me. So like when I meet somebody, especially if I'm in a relationship and I see they got spiritual attachments, a lot of people that I meet and women I meet and just even friends, they don't really, I don't expect them to see ghosts or anything like that, but they don't understand why I might want to break up. Like I'm having nightmares because I'm connected to you. Yeah, I have my own trauma and own things, and I might not be the best. Sometimes I might cut you off, I might talk a lot, but hey, I've been alone a lot of time, I have a lot to say, but it doesn't mean I like to hear you out, it doesn't mean I want to support you. Right? Then I always also run into people who are like competing with me, indirectly. I had one relationship, the girl's like, sometimes I feel like I'm competing with you. I feel like I feel like you're better than me. I'm like, why are you thinking like that? You got a whole master's degree. Why do you even thinking like that? But I realized that's their own problems, right? But then I sympathize with it and I almost humble myself too much and put them above me instead of us being equal. So I had to learn all this shit, but it's hard when you're extremely sensitive. I can go to the store right now. Sometimes I have to leave the line early because there might be somebody in the line in front of me who's like has energy is fucking up my body and I have to leave. It's everything. And so, and a lot of times people don't know, I had to do a lot of health issues. White blood cells, red blood cell counts was low and all that shit. I had to drink Ensure for almost fucking 6 years straight with vegetables. And this is during the time I was in a relationship, literally a couple months ago. And I'm telling this person I can't visit you because I'm trying to do my health, right? And I help them with their health, trying to help them and do whatever I can. So long story short, whether it be relationships, health problems, it's like something back to back to back to back. It's always something back to back to back that I had to deal with. But I'm grateful, but I know a lot of people want to say, I want to open my third eye, I want to see spirits, but sometimes you can see and hear stuff, but it makes things a little bit more intense, especially when you're dating, for real though. especially when you live in a society where men are most time the evil motherfuckers, right? And so when you're trying to be a good person, good guy, even a good woman, it's hard when people already stereotype you bad enough. You might have a different type of culture or whatever it may be. So again, stay strong. But I'm just telling you my story. It's just it's hard sometimes. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's just so much I've been through, and I'm grateful to be here. But it's like I'm sensitive. Like, I can't read certain books. When I touch the book, I can already feel what the author is already thinking, or if his motives were. It's really bad. Even when I was on the boat, some of the boats were hunting. It's like I just pick up on every fucking thing. Like recently, I had somebody new friend me, and we was cool and vibing. This lady, you know, and then we just sang. I just sang it the other day, and we did all this stuff, and then she just blocked, disappeared. I'm like, what the fuck happened? What was that about? You know what I'm saying? But I understand they probably had some anxieties and problems like that. But whether they know I have my own anxieties and my stuff and all that. But I'm a person, I try to work through my stuff. But again, we all evolve differently. So I ain't got no shade on them. So it's just like, it's just hard. And this is the person, I ain't just wake up yesterday. Like, I'm about to be 41 in November, man. Middle of November. So like in my mind, it's just a lot of shit. So again, if any of y'all just picking up on energy, you know, really trust what you pick up on. A lot of times your thoughts that you picking up on are your own feelings, especially if you sit with yourself, it's not really you. Because there's times I be in my house and I'm happy, and all of a sudden a random thought, it's not just intrusive thoughts, it's you're picking up somebody that you're connected with. Also, y'all know the planets are throwing energies at us all simultaneously with spirits. And certain spirits, if you're on medicines like I was, there's spirits that are connected to certain medicines that we are taking. Also with certain diseases, there's certain spirits that cause the diseases. So it's not just karma, you're getting it from karma or the planets. It's everything's coinciding. So that's why it makes it so hard to live life in here on Earth. You know, when you're you're pretty much vulnerable to the environment of Earth. You're vulnerable to the people that's in front of you. You're vulnerable to your family. You're vulnerable to the soul tie. You're vulnerable to the planets, which is pretty much affecting all your chakras. You're vulnerable to negative and positive spirits, and they just sit there and wait. It's like one big play, and we're just playing our part. Because yes, we have free will, but a lot of times, a lot of things are already dictated, already met. So like, even if you have two choices, it doesn't matter what choice you take. It's already kind of set in stone what's going to happen, how things are going to manifest. So even if you took a good path, all right, you're going to have this manifest. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, you made an action. If you don't do anything, that's still an action. If you don't want to love nobody, it's still in action. These are the things I realized as I've, like, again, at a very young age, but as I got older, I just see certain cycles repeating, meaning, like, especially when I'm drawing people who are, I mean, again, granted, I do feel like I'm somewhat of a healer. I'm drawing people with traumas and stuff, but they don't realize that, and I don't like trauma bond with people, but it's a lot on my body. Seriously, it doesn't matter how much I protect myself. And I notice I meet a lot of men and women, no matter if they're friends or women who date me or anything like that, they are in transition, like meaning they're going through a transformation, meaning they just came out of a hard breakup. They're in a relationship, they got kids, about to go through divorce. They might have been abused, you know, beat up. It's a lot of stuff, and it's like a lot of them don't know I've been through certain things as them. I'm not them, but certain aspects of them, they've been through certain things. Like I said, I've been essayed. I did a lot of stuff that a lot of men don't really go through, like literally. So at the end of the day, I know that the feminine nature has been hurt, and so a lot of time when I meet feminists in particular, I don't feel like, not that they need to hear my story, a lot of them don't probably give a fuck what I gotta say. But at the end of the day, it's sad though, because how can we bring balance to the world if we just gonna put all men or even all women or all cultures in a box, or all genders in a box? Like, we have to give grace to at least one individual. We can't just, even if we want to say like that 99.9% of men are horrible, or 99.9% of women are horrible, we got to at least give 1% or 0.1 or somebody a benefit of doubt. But I'm not here to make you make that decision. You'll just know what you have to live with them thoughts in the afterlife, wherever we go. At the end of the day, I just know what's my truth, and what my truth's been, for me, it's been so far leading me the right way. Just like when I decided, like when Hecate came to me, it was during crossroads times, and this was years ago, again before TikTok. Like I said, I remember waking up in the middle of the night and there's some feminine energy around me. I don't, like, who is this lady? Like years ago, like almost over 12, 13 years ago. So it's like, what is this? You know, and I was being told it's like when the spirits like this come to you, right? It's like it's already in your contract. A lot of times they even teach you when you was 10 and 9. You just not like mindful of like this is what's gonna be coming to you when you're like 17 or 25. This makes sense. And that's why I was told by her anyways. Like, I've had a connection with her before, and she's back again because it's time to wake up because Divine Feminine's waking up. So that's why you see me talking all these stories. And if, I'm actually trying to be, I have messages from my guides, and even just my heart is more inspirational and not just so low and depressing, because I've been through so much shit. There's really no reason to be looking back. Edit is done. And I forgive those that hurt me, and I ask anybody if they think I even hurt them, forgive me, but I can't control their feelings, and I won't sit here and reminisce on it. But I'm just bringing it up, man. Like, being sensitive to energies and people around you is really rough. Especially, again, like me, like, I struggle with PTSD, anxiety, and all that since a young kid, and in the military made it worse. And even in relationships, I pick up on other women I've dated, their stresses, so it's like I'm carrying their stuff, meaning like this. I'm not them, but when you feel an energy and emotion, it's going to latch, right? It's a soul tie. You're going to also, no matter what you're, masculine, feminine, your person you're with is going to feel your energy. The only difference is, depending on their vibration, they might feel it a little bit differently. I'm a believer, just because you're a woman or man, you might not feel the weight of somebody else's energy or burdens, right? The same, like, for example, my mom, she feels more things intensely than her sister, and they're both women, right? Just saying, I feel like I've been in a house where I be feeling the spirits, and I've had other women, they don't feel nothing. So I'm not gonna sit here and like just say just women or men or children, like, it is what it is. Cause that's a lot to do with karma. Like, whatever you did in the past life depends on how long it takes your gifts to open. We all got the gifts. It's just you might have misused your stuff. A lot of people not think about it. So I don't want to get off subject, but I'm just sensitive to everything, and I put everything in perspective. What everybody goes through, I try to be mindful of every single thing. I almost overthink. If you heard that, tap my guides. So it's just how my mind is, and I can't stop. And I'm always a person that talks about forgiveness, because I saw my grandfather keep asking me for forgiveness, and he was a missionary and all that. So again, it don't matter how perfect you are. We all got a time to reflect. But they're gonna make you have your life review, and it's not because of the internet. Like, I literally saw a family member go through that, so that's when I know it's true. I didn't need to watch no TikTok or YouTube, right? Because I'm older, and then TikTok has been around. I'm older than you, I'm old, about to be 41. So at the end of the day, I'm just saying this, guys. If you're sensitive to energies, protect yourself, but just be realizing, like, hey, life ain't perfect. It ain't meant to be perfect. You meant to go these lessons and be that warrior and get through it, right? Try not to sit in the emotion too long. If you do, that's you. I just know for me, I sit with emotions. I do what I gotta do. It's a constant healing state. But it's just mind blowing. I just feel like sometimes the only wish that I wish I could, for myself, and maybe for y'all, if y'all agree with that, I just wish that people that I meet, especially in relationships, be more open minded to know that I'm not a person that ever want to hurt somebody, no matter if it came off like that, but also if I had to leave abruptly, or when they didn't feel like it was going to happen, I was going to leave it like by a surprise. Is because my energy, spirits, is like, a lot of my relationships I left really spiritually. Like, other than the military, when I was in the service, that broke a relationship, but it's really like the energy be off. Like, I don't leave nobody for a woman. Or like, it's literally like I'll be having nightmares, or I feel like a spirit walking around the person. And sometimes I want to scare the woman that you got a spirit, and they don't believe me, because they feel like, oh, my career's good, I got a lot of followers on social media, I must be doing something right. Yeah, but y'all don't realize there's still spirits around you that's not the best, probably. That's also the reason why you got anxiety, though. But I'm not here to bash anybody, and even my homeboys, it's like, it's the same shit. And so right now I'm alone. I've been alone for like fucking 7-8 years, and I've been alone most of my life. But at the end of the day, I still socialize. I don't let life get me down where I won't talk. But again, everybody not like me, but I just wish that people be more open-minded to everybody's energies and be open to everybody's stories. Because what you think is perfect when you see on TV or when you walk past somebody is not the case. I haven't really even dated that many women in my whole life. My virginity was unexpectedly broken by 14, because my stepbrother made me, kind of like pushed me, kind of like punked me into breaking my virginity. And I didn't want to with an older woman, and then I broke it again at 18. I didn't have sex again until I was like almost 25. So again, it's like, I'm a person, nobody would know that. It's just like, I've been through a lot of shit. The essay shit, all that. So long story short, it's just like, I just wish that when I meet people, like, I know they got their problems, and I don't like the trauma bomb, but just be open. Like, man, when you randomly decide to be rude or break away from somebody unexpectedly, or you do it in a rude way or block or be mean, like, really look at who you do being mean to. But I do understand, even if I'm nice in this life, sometimes it do cross my mind, it could be karma from a past life. but also just that individual just dealing with their stuff, and maybe my love was too overwhelming for them. Cause my guys do tell me sometimes, your energy D is a little bit intimidating for people. Meaning, like, if somebody hasn't really felt real love, it can scare them where they think they about to get played, and they might perceive you as a player or a whole-ish individual, and so before they get hurt, they'll pull back their energy, and that's happened a lot with me. And then individuals ask me, why are you alone? And I tell them this story, and they think I'm bullshitting, but it's a true story though. Like, literally, I be in it, and they think it's too good to be true, and they just fucking walk off. It's really ridiculous, kind of, but I understand they have a valid reason, but I also have a reason too. Like, I get tired of that question, and I also get tired of, like, they don't really know my life. I was in the military for 11 years. I was in and out, and it's a lot of shit. Because some guys, yeah, they get married in the military, but my job title was a little different. It was stressful. I didn't want to be with a woman and put her through that stress. And then I did have a fiance in my last year out, but they didn't let me go back to Japan to get her. I didn't have time to get her passport and all that stuff. But long story short, it's been one hell of a life. And it seems like it's always some shit, because if I'm not dealing with humans, it's spirits, like, going against me and shit. It's like me and my sister, we always would have nightmares and shit. We still got crazy ass dreams, and I'm so desensitized to it, unused to it. It's like it's comfortable. It's like I'm comfortable in the chaos. That's why sometimes y'all see my videos be dark and light. Like, I might talk about my Nephilim energies, or I talk about the dark goddess, but I was talking about your guardian angels. And I'm not saying the dark goddess is bad, but I have like this crazy ass, very intense duality to me. I don't know. But I hope this didn't sound like a venting session, but I just saying, like, I'm so sensitive to so much shit. The cars, the buildings I walk in. I left jobs because I didn't feel comfortable sitting in a certain chair, because the woman who used to work there had anxiety and diabetes, and I had to go in her office because they were being so mean to her. And I felt all the energy she left in the room. It was fucking me up. I quit after 30 days. I couldn't do it. And it's just, I try not to question the energies that created me, was source, God, whoever, but I do wonder. And don't get me wrong, I have positive visions and stuff, but it's just crazy. I just be picking up on people's motives before they do it, and even if I don't hear it within myself, I always be shown the sign. I have visions of people trying to, again, do magic against me. I have visions of, they show me people not trusting me. And so my guys try to protect me before somebody leaves my life. It's crazy. It's nothing but tower after tower after tower. And if it wasn't them, it's like I was dealing with my health. Like I told you, I barely had like less than 2,000 blood cells. It was 1,500. I don't know what the hell it was. And it was going down and shit. It's like, it blows my mind I'm here. Nobody will ever never know the shit I've been through. I don't know. And I feel like what made me bring this up again, I was gonna bring this up anyway, but it's like I lost somewhat of a new but cool friendship 2 days ago abruptly. Like, they blocked and disappeared, and I'm like, damn, they had kids and all that, and I was like, I wanted to go check, hang out with them and all that, and she just dipped. I'm like, damn, like, what the hell? But she got her reasons, but it's all good. But yeah, I'm just sensitive, guys. Like, even with you guys who follow me, or if y'all even watch this video, like, I'm a person, I could look at somebody's profile picture and I just be picking up shit. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but it won't stop. That's why, again, I try not to look at books or anything like that I feel is not the best, or even if they are the best, because I have my memory, somehow I'm able to remember things that I don't want to remember. Because, again, I'm a person, it was hard. It's like I'm borderline ADHD and anxiety and all that, but somehow the things I don't want to remember, I remember, and the things I should remember, I don't. Like, when I was in school was a struggle for me. Like, I did okay in school, but until I hit like 8th grade or 7th grade, and it just went down and down and down and down and down. And then when I did go to college, that had to be a miracle, because my GPA score was definitely horrible. I don't know how the fuck. I still I be trying to figure out, how did I do that? Like, even my finances, I be really trying to figure out, like, how did I get this place? My credit was horrible. I had a repossession car, all this shit. I don't understand. That's why I said, I believe in miracles. I remember sleeping in my truck and all kinds of shit. And the spirit woke me up in the middle of the night, banging on my glass. I thought I was a human. And if it wasn't for that spirit scaring the fuck out of me and made me, like, pretty much drive off fast as fuck down the street, I wouldn't have found a place to stay. It's just so much shit, guys. And being blown up, people trying to get me, rob me, even homeless people trying to rob me and shit. It just fucking never stops. I feel like that's why I don't care to like be connecting anything. Like again, I love who I am, but I don't care to connect with any parts of my culture, whether the Native American side, African American side, the Caucasian side, because it's like, why? When we pass away, we just flesh anyway. Meaning, like, I appreciate it, right? But I'm not sitting here like, oh, I'm gonna just die behind this. Nah, bro. Now, it'd be different if we lived in, like, segregation or slavery where I gotta fight for some shit. Yeah, but right now we're not in that state. And so I think any ancestors, they were oppressed. But what's sad, though, I have family members who had fucking slaves. So long story short, I want to get off subject. I'm just sensitive to shit. I'm sensitive to history. I'm sensitive to people. I'm sensitive to spaces. Even in the spirit world, like, I've had dreams where I've hit shit in the spirit world. I punched somebody and I woke up on my dream, my hand was fucking hurting. You see what I'm saying? For like hours. That was like last year. So sensitive. Sensitive to everything. Even my dogs and animals, my cats, I be touching them. It's like I hear them. I don't know. And I think the most wildest thing about being extra sensitive is, I gotta say though, it's definitely a relationship. So for real, like when I'm dating somebody, it has to be the worst. It's the worst shit because I'll be in denial, like, oh, like I already know this shit ain't gonna go right, and I still walk in it because I be trying to give people benefit of the doubt and go through my lessons. But I would say 95% of the relationships I left is really spiritual shit. Other than when I was in the military, that made me leave. And I know this last connection I was in for 8 months for sure, spiritual. And then as far as the friend, kind of person I was trying to get to know her, she had her own stuff. And I already kind of felt that already. But it still hurt. No matter how much I healed, it still hurt. And I try not to sit in pain like that, but it really hurt. And the only thing my guys keep saying, you'll be alright. You'll be alright. Like I said, I ain't got no kids and none of that. I ain't never played around with no woman. I ain't never hurt nobody. I ain't never hurt nobody in my culture or no culture. I don't see color. I don't see gender. I just see people. I see hearts. Because I remember when I was talking to God or source, whatever y'all call it, the only gift I wanted, I never really asked to have my pineal gland open or nothing. I just asked to have the power to sense when somebody's heart is good. And so I know how to react appropriately. And then I remember when the source told me, tell everybody to love each other more and acknowledge the divine presence because people on earth weren't loving each other. And that's when I had a vision of like wars and shit. So now I kind of calmed down off my little time about sensitivity. But guys, I'm not going to make this video too much longer. I can kind of see I'm kind of going on some other topics now. I feel like it's probably because of Scorpio season and shit. But yeah, but I do feel like, I can't lie, I do feel like this somewhat friend, new friend, but old soul down from past life. I feel like she kind of got me in my emotions because we was vibing, man. I wanted to like help her be around, you know, chill out with the kids and all that, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't mind being cool with other people's kids, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, teaching them stuff and, you know, helping her in the yard. But like some people, they just, maybe it was just too much, you know, emotionally on them. With feeling love for me, you know what I'm saying? At least that's what my guys keep saying. Again, sometimes your energy might be too much when people are not ready for it. Because I always have to remember, I do draw hurt people sometimes. Sometimes, like a lot of times they tell me the people I met, like I feel comforting to them and that's why they share their life with me. But sometimes after about a month or a couple months, they kind of get scared. They're like, damn, like, I don't know if I'm ready for this. And then what happens is they'll like walk away. They'll tell me, or most of the time they just ghost me unexpectedly. Yeah. And even though I'm saying unexpected, I already kind of feel it, but I don't really have like a lot of tangible proof because they be acting happy in front of me. And that's what hurts the most about being sensitive is because like everybody on this earth is going through their own emotions and lessons. And nobody on this earth is perfect, not even myself, but it's still hurts. So I do understand people like, oh, my gifts open, but be careful what you ask for, because sometimes you think you want that, and that shit hurt. Like, this is the last story I'm gonna say. Like, I remember one time I was dating this one girl, this Russian chick, and we was driving, and I was heartbroken because I had to leave her to go on deployment. And she started grabbing her chest, and she's like, "What's this feeling? My chest is hurting." And I said, "That's me." Because whenever I would get heartbroken, my heart would, like, not just my heart, but my body be hurting. I would clench when I was younger, and I had to heal that, right? But yeah, it's not cool being sensitive all the time, but I'm used to it now. But if y'all going through anything, I wish y'all a blessed time. And that's just my story. I don't really be giving a lot of life stories like that, my experiences. Um, but yeah, I just wanted to share it today. I don't know why, but blessed be.